Ball Talk podcast. It's been a very interesting week to say the least. Spider-Man came out. We had NBA 2K, the Battlefield beta. It's the holiday season approaching us, and nothing but games, and more games. But
I forgot about that Forsaken, man. By the way, Destiny 2 DLC dropped this week as well.
Tekken,
I don't care.
the Tekken season 2 dropped.
Bunch of haters, man.
Dropped Thursday. So yeah, that was cool.
As you guys pull in, as you guys come in, you'll be so kind to hit the like button. But anyway, as far as like I said, the Tekken, which I have now, if you got the $100 version last year, is that DLC included in that, or we have to pay for that?
No, you got to pay $30,
or
you can buy or you can buy. Well, there's 5 characters. There's going to have 5 characters this time. So they're going to have 5 characters. There's going to have also, costumes, things like that. But I was kind of looking at it from that standpoint because especially how like a lot of us that bought the Ultimate Edition, because it wasn't $100, it was $80, but it's still, for what we got was, 2 extra characters and the bowling that still didn't come up to what
bowling?
You got. Yeah, so yeah, you got second bowling and stuff. I mean, and it was cool, but it wasn't worth that. I mean, I'd rather have like more characters. But on this one, they're sticking with the characters. It's $30, and you get 5 characters. I already got 2 characters out right now, so they're going with the same method that Street Fighter is going.
I've always been like a Tekken guy, but in all honesty, this one I just couldn't get into it. It really, to me, looks like the same game with a minor update. I think the graphics are just years. I would even say a generation behind all the other fighting games that we have. And
you got to play them on PC and play it on the PlayStation 4.
When I think of Tekken,
on the PC, it plays phenomenal on the PC. I'm on the PC.
It may play well, but it doesn't look that great.
It looks well too. I mean, I know you got a beefier PC than I do, and I see a drastic difference compared to what I see on the Xbox.
Yeah, but I'm comparing it to the other fighters out there. I'm comparing it to the Street Fighters.
Oh, it looks good to me. It's on the same way league of Street Fighter. Now it's not on the same way league as an Injustice or
Injustice and Street Fighter, in my opinion, look significantly better than that.
We can disagree. We can agree to disagree.
And then we got that new one. What's the new one? Oh my god, with all the anime guys in it. Holy shit! It's coming out.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Coming out
like
Jump Force.
Yeah, are you talking about Dragon Ball Z Fighters?
No, Jump Force
really takes a leap on it, man. Like Tekken. I like the gameplay of Tekken. I've always liked the gameplay, but they need to up the graphics. They need to get up to this generation, in my opinion, man. Straight up. And I think is this gonna sell that well? So,
Z, I gotta ask: is this your gameplay of Spider-Man right now, man?
It's some random gameplay in the background. Random.
Oh, okay. Z, I was gonna say because if you're swinging like that off the bat, I don't know. You're a natural. That's all I gotta say.
I still haven't gotten the swinging down pat. Pause.
The swinging is so easy. As soon as
I don't know how people are struggling with the swinging. It's easy.
It's quite similar to all the other Spider-Man games, especially the last game. To be honest with you,
honestly, it feels a lot like how you were traversing in Sunset Overdrive. They almost took that formula and just upgraded it.
You what? You weren't swinging in Sunset Overdrive, man. What are you talking?
But you're like bouncing off walls and everything.
But we said swinging, sir. There's no swinging.
Jumping off buildings, parkouring, does it not?
Okay.
Well, and that no problem, man.
Okay. Yeah. Again, shout out to everybody that joined the show live. It's going to be a testy show today. Now, listen, you guys see the title of the show. Dare I might say some members of the panel said that Spider-Man is so at his best. But Spider-Man, like I said, D, or shout out to everybody that's just joining, whatever. D, have you gotten your hands on Spider-Man, and what are your thoughts? Yes. Has it lived up to the hype?
Yes, indeed. Now, man, the graphics are incredible on that. Sorry. And I also found that the HDR is pretty good too. I got a Q9. I got a Samsung Q9, which is a top HDR TV, and as well, I got the OLED C8 this year's model as well, and I played on both of them, and it's just the HDR it really adds to the game. If you got an HDR TV, you're not doing this game justice not playing it in HDR.
So how about that downgrade, D?
I never said it got a downgrade.
How about that ambient occlusion?
If you recall, I was one of the only people in the crew saying that the game didn't get a downgrade. That I thought the game got an upgrade.
I know, and you were the first person to catch a W, and we were all shocked about it.
Yeah, like because you know I got eyes, right, and I could see, and like you know let's even go to the argument, say you know people have said that the puddles were reduced in that one scene.
Yeah,
it's not as reflective. Okay, let's just play devil's advocate and say so be it. Everything else in the game got upgraded. So if one thing got pared back and everything else got upgraded, is it a downgrade? Really? You know, so
like to me, the only thing that's downgraded in that game is ironically the puddles themselves and just the reflections in general. Like when you're climbing on building and stuff, we all know it's like a slideshow. That isn't real reflections.
Yeah. That's where ray tracing is going to come in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
But I thought the game looked fantastic. You know me, man. I love graphics, man, and like it's a good looking game. I found it fun, and like you know, before the show we were talking about what some people were saying about the game, and you know, some people saying it's a little bit repetitive, and I also called this. I said that the game would get an 87, and it would get docked a little bit because some parts of it are going to be repetitive, and it's just the nature. It's just the nature of the game. Like you know, there's something in Grand Theft Auto that are repetitive as well. It's just the nature of the game. But overall, I think it's a fantastic game.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it.
And we have to just compare it to Batman and that Arkham series because let's be honest, it has the Batman Arkham DNA embedded into itself. That's what I was aiming to do. But it really does have that Arkham DNA embedded into itself. But they find a way to make it Spider-Man, and it doesn't feel like it's a Spider-Man DLC over it or a Spider-Man skin over the game. Like just the fundamental way you do the combat and everything and the way you traverse, it just is leagues above Batman in its own
It's got
way.
daytime. It's already above Batman just for that right there, man.
But you have to admit, like gliding around as Batman isn't nearly as fun as web slinging as Spider-Man.
No.
That's where it's a leagues above.
And I went back and just went through Batman a little bit. And in all honesty, I find Spider-Man, obviously it's a newer game, so I find it better looking.
Okay.
But I found some of the characters in Batman, especially like the NPCs, like you know the enemies that you're fighting, found them a little blocky and clunky looking.
Or were they on a boat? Were they on a boat?
And also the animation is leagues ahead of what Batman was doing. But to be fair, it's a newer game, but at the same time, it looks better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Arkham Knight came out this generation. It wasn't that long ago.
Okay.
That was a couple of years though. So
D, I appreciate your opinion, but I want to bless. I want to bless this show with the truth, though. All right.
Okay. Let's hear it.
The thing right here is they did a really good job on the city. The city looks really good. You know,
it's lively too.
It kind of lively. People are falling for no reason. People are cheering with their back towards you and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of little iffy things that kind of pull you out of the immersion a little bit. When it comes to the characters are just okay. They actually looked better when they first showed the game. The Spider-Man costume looked better with that extra shine. So I don't even care if they say if it's an upgrade or not. To me, it doesn't look as good as what they first showed.
Okay, let me get this out the way.
Oh man!
First of all, the Spider-Man.
Today you're gonna learn.
The Spider-Man suit was a
What he's gonna learn? What, to have his own opinion?
It was.
I'm just kidding.
He can have his own opinion, but I'm gonna correct him.
Oh
Why?
shit! That's what I'm talking about, D.
Come on, D.
The original suit was a different material, right? So the light reflected off it differently, making it shiny.
I'm
Number one.
about the white
Number
spider
two.
suit,
Number
man.
two.
I'm
Hold
talking
on a
about
second.
the white spider suit.
What number two? All those complaining that they want a fucking shiny Spider-Man suit. The Iron Man spider suit is in the game, and that shit is shiny as fuck.
No, but that's not the point. That's not the point. They showed something. They showed something, and then they gave you something different. See, that is the point. And then they try to tell everybody, no, it's an upgrade. Well, guess what? If that's the case, I like the downgraded version better.
They changed the material on the suit, and there's other suits that reflect like that. There's like over 30 fucking suits in the game. There's other suits that reflect like that. Like in all honesty, that's some nitpicking fanboy shit. I'm gonna call it real. Sorry.
Man,
yeah.
But I'm even with the Digital Foundry analysis X-Bot.
When it comes to the swinging, when you dive off a building, you get into the dive kind of like animation. If you move the stick at all without like web swinging or anything, it falls straight out of that animation. Like you like you first jumped again and stuff like that. So when people are saying like the fluidity and all that good stuff, it's not what you guys are saying. It's still a good game, man, but there is no way in hell this is that next greatest game coming for the PS4.
In my opinion, the 87 is well deserved. I think the game is an actual 87, and yeah, I think it speaks for itself.
It's more like an 80.
If it was perfect, it would be getting like 95s and 96s. So the score.
Yeah, whoever did 9.5 and 10 out of 10, man, they need to go and find another job. To be really honest with you.
Okay, well, here's a question. In all fairness,
you gotta pay the bills, Z.
Okay, all right, hold on. If you see, you can pay it. Hold on.
Tip Diamond said, "What's up, Dex Gen? Bgst panel. What's going on with you, Tip?
Hey, Tip, what's going on, good brother Tip? Good brother Tip. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
for the weekly $2, I appreciate it, good brother. Well, here's a question, right? And I'm gonna try to. I hate to again question anyone's integrity on the show today, right? Now, Mega, have you played it?
No. I'll get it. Like I said, I'll get it probably around Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Yeah, there's so many other games, man, that I'm gonna be playing, man. I'm going to Tomb Raider. I got 2K. I've already paid for Battlefield. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's Red Dead. There's Soul Calibur 6. There's Assassin's Creed. I mean, look, guys.
Assassin's Creed before Spider-Man?
Yeah, I'm playing Tomb Raider before I'm playing Spider-Man, bro.
Assassin's Creed.
Not to hate on the game. I'm finna still get Spider-Man, but I mean, Tomb Raider is more of where I want to play.
No,
Hey, Mega, I gotta.
No, you don't, bro. No, you don't, bro. No, you, bro. Don't start that shit. Don't start that.
Tomb Raider doesn't come out. Hold on a second. Tomb Raider doesn't come out.
It comes out this next week, bro.
Later. It comes out a week later than Spider-Man, which gives you more than enough time to
what
play
you mean
Spider-Man.
more than enough time?
Forza comes out the week after that.
Hold on. Didn't you just hear what I just said? I didn't even say Forza yet. I said Tomb Raider.
Battlefield is delayed. I
already paid for my Battlefield. I already paid for my NBA 2K, and I already paid for Tomb Raider, and I got the $100 version of Tomb Raider. So I'm, you know what I'm saying, and Tomb Raider's coming out next week. I'm going to be engaged in those games first. I mean, and then also there was the Tekken season 2. And you know how much I'm in the Tekken.
You were trying to finesse a copy of Spider-Man.
Hey, look, I'm going to get Spider-Man, but I'm not getting it right away. There's so many other games that's coming, and it's not me trying to hate on the game. I'm going to get it. It's just that there's other games out there that's coming. So, I mean, relax. That is not that important to me. And if, you know what I'm saying? If it was, let's just say, if this was Captain America, because Captain America is one of my favorite characters. You know what I'm saying? Comic book characters. And I'm all over it day one. If it's like it was a Black Panther game, something like that, I'll be all over it. But, you know, or X-Men game. I love the X-Men. Spider-Man, I like Spider-Man, but he's never been like my ultimate favorite.
Spider-Man, my favorite game with
So I get for Spider-Man fans that want to get it day one. I get that, but come on, guys, relax. I'm still gonna get it.
K-Mega.
Yeah.
All right, you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. All right. So, dude, you don't have anything to explain, man. You've already spent.
That is a great choice right there.
You spent over $200 on games.
Yes.
If that isn't the top on your list, that's fine, because all those other games you mentioned are solid games. There is a lot to play. Play it when you want, man. People are like, hey, I'll get Horizon in Game Pass, or I'll get this later. Or,
right.
Some people do that. Like, some people are like, I'll get Battlefield 5 later. You're perfectly entitled to do that. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to spend their own money how they want. It doesn't make them a fanboy, by the way.
Right.
So good on you, man. Good on you. That's fine, man. I gotta tell you, man. I played the Battlefield 5 beta. I thought that was incredible. I really liked it.
Yeah.
That put it back on my radar. I'm gonna buy that. Obviously, Tomb Raider, if you have the cross edition, I think you can play it in a couple days. So that's coming out.
Wow.
That's coming out very soon.
What's called going to be out Tuesday. I mean, I wasn't going to pay $100 for 2K, but I already paid for 2K. So I'm like, and it's going to be there. So it's going to be me playing 2K, the Battlefield beta, the Battlefield beta ends on the 11th, but 2K, in mostly Tomb Raider. So I mean, that's where, in Madden, that's where I'll be mostly. You can only play one game at a time, guys. Spider-Man, to me, it'll be one of those games that I'll jump onto later on. I'll get it on the sales bin, and I'll be ready to go with it.
Yo, Mega, not only that, if you can hold off even more because it's not really high on your list, you can wait for like the quote unquote Game of the Year edition and get the DLC with it, man. And
hold on one second.
I'm thinking that's what I'm saying. I think it'll be around Black Friday. So
hold on one second. Two things. First of all, I forgot. Please forgive me. I'm gonna pay the bills in a minute. I wanted to give a huge shout out to Ian O, who came way out here from California to see your boy. I appreciate it, man. He also checking out the Giants game. So again, I forgot at the beginning of the show. Shout out to Ian and his lovely wife. Came out here and met him and shook his hand. He met the legend of Next Gen 720. So shout out to you, man.
Did you at least share some oxys with them or something? Come on.
Hey, yeah, I'm just saying, man. Cool, very cool cat, very humble dude. But I want to pay these bills right quick. Augusta, he said they showed Spider-Man and gave Spider-Man Microsoft show games and gave cancellations. I guess you want to say that Microsoft, Sony, I guess they showed Spider-Man. And
Microsoft gave you cancellations.
Okay. So hold on. In that mentality, they could have showed you all that crazy Spider-Man stuff, and they could have given you an 8-bit platformer, and they would have given you Spider-Man. By that mentality,
they showed us Days Gone. I mean, we still don't have that yet.
Hold on. Shout out to Emerald 14. And
I don't think that's the same thing, but all right.
He said if Spider-Man was an Xbox exclusive, they'd be all on it. They love Sunset Overdrive day one, but Spider-Man is a Black Friday sale.
No.
Sunset Overdrive was a new IP.
And as for me,
Spider-Man before we have other games to compare it to.
And you know what I'm saying. And I understand that there's been people on this panel that really loves Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
But it wasn't my most favorite Xbox exclusive, and I didn't pick that up day one. So again, Spider-Man on the Xbox. When you have Tomb Raider, you got the Tekken Season 2, you got NBA 2K, Madden, you got Forza. If their Spider-Man was coming out on the Xbox, I would in Forza's right there next to it. I'm picking Forza first, the Ultimate Edition. I do it all the time. So that's just what it is, man.
Well, so basically, it's just somebody was wrong because everybody else on the panel picked up Spider-Man already. So
I didn't.
Well, you don't have a PS4. You don't have a PS4, Chris.
Well, even if I did, I probably wouldn't pick it up because I'm not a Spider-Man fan. I played it over at my buddy's house. It's a fine game. It's fun. It looks good. I'm just not a Spider-Man fan. For those people that are Spider-Man fans, you got your Arkham Asylum. All right. I mean, it's fair. It's a fun game, but it's Batman for life, son.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's one thing. That's one thing I want to say. Like, people are hearing what I said about that, but they're not hearing when I said it is a really good game. It is a good game. I have said this the last couple of days at least 1,000 times. Everybody picks the details I'm talking about, but when I say at the end of the day, it's a fun game, it's a good game. It's not a quote unquote great game.
Oh shit!
But it's a really good game.
Ignore
that, man.
Yeah, hold on. Here's my thing, Xbot. When you made your criticisms, were you making the same about State of Decay? Did that take you out of the immersion with all those glitches?
I don't even think he played State of Decay.
I don't even play State of Decay. We haven't, and I haven't. I played maybe.
But if you did, without taking you out of the immersion.
But he didn't, though. That's the thing that I'm not understanding.
You have the same energy.
I have to experience it. I have to experience it. If you notice, I haven't really said anything really about State of Decay. When it comes to State of Decay, here's the deal. I'm tired of zombies. I thought I can get into that game and everything. I am tired of the whole zombie culture thing, man. So
me too.
It's time to move on from that. Yeah.
You gotta pay the bills. Some fuck boy sit there and said, Tomb Raider is low tier. Kill that noise, Omega. Look, bro. Tomb Raider is going to be dope, just like the last two were, and I can't wait to complete this one, just like I complete the other two. It's going to be fun, fascinating. I'm more invested into that story and what's going to happen with Laura than I am with Spider-Man.
Here's a question. All right, and to be fair, is it just is it fair to say
they aren't working on a sequel to Spider-Man? By the way, I'm sorry, I saw that in the chat. No, they're not. They said they're down.
They probably are, man.
Yeah, no, they said they're done. They tweeted out that they would like to do more Marvel games. That's all they said. They're not even talking about
they wouldn't be sitting down having meetings if there was nothing going on.
But see, here's the thing: if they're talking about more Marvel games, we know like Sony's deal with Spider-Man. But if they want to broaden it out, there's no attachment with any other superheroes from them going multi-plat on another Marvel superhero and making a video game on that. I wonder if everybody in the chat would say this is going to be the greatest game if their next game decides to be a Marvel superhero multiplat. I wonder, man. That'd be weird, yeah.
No, because if Spider-Man was a multiplat, it wouldn't have the same energy. Not at all.
Yeah.
No.
And it would, because it would look better on. It would look better on.
It would.
And
you guys,
you would hear.
Whoa, slow down. You guys are telling me that if Spider-Man was a multiplat, it wouldn't have the same energy? Are you serious?
No, it wouldn't. Not from the PlayStation.
No, but it wouldn't have the same amount of hate.
No way.
No. All I'm gonna say about that.
What? No. That makes no sense.
It wouldn't have the same amount of hate.
Look at Tomb Raider, how much hate that got when it was exclusive to Xbox, and look how much hate Shadow of the Tomb Raider is, even though it's
Tomb Raider's still getting hate because that last one. Tomb Raider's still getting hate because that last one was Xbox exclusive for a year, right? I have yet to see anybody really hate on Spider-Man. People take a little bit of criticism and spin that into hate, man. I think it's a good game. It's selling well. That's good for the industry. I've yet to see anybody say that it's a bad game anywhere.
Okay,
it's not even a Spider-Man.
I gotta pay the bills again because people are pointing this out at me. So Jamal King said, "L Mega, if Legendary Mega, thank you very much. If Tomb Raider was a PS exclusive, would you be hyped? Absolutely. I mean, and remember, Tomb Raider was on PlayStation first. You know what I'm saying? When Tomb Raider first came on the scene, it was on the PlayStation, and I've loved Tomb Raider ever since. So it's got nothing to do with what console is in. Yeah. So it
PC.
Well, I mean, I'm saying when the first
before Xbox,
yeah. So you know what I'm saying? It was on PlayStation. So when I first played Tomb Raider, it was on my PlayStation 1, and I loved it. And so if it was on the PlayStation 4 as an exclusive, that would be a game that I would have on my PlayStation 4. So it's no big deal to me. I like Tomb Raider.
I'm looking. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, Z, can we just have a real quick heart to heart here? Because with me playing Spider-Man, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna enjoy this game, right? But it's really got me thinking about my consoles, and I got a really good deal on the PS4. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it. I'm seriously thinking about when it's all said and done, and I'm done with Spider-Man. I'm thinking about selling my PS4 because there's nothing else out there for me when it comes to this platform, man.
Oh, Last of Us 2? Ghost of Tsushima?
That's going to be PS5, man.
PS5. No, I wouldn't go that far. You know, I'm not going to get rid of my PlayStation 4. I'm saying,
as far as I'm concerned, like I've had this for a while. I've had it sitting here, right? I've had fun with God of War 3. I tried Horizon Zero Dawn. That was a boring game. Gang Beast, which is a smaller indie title, that was really fun. But other than that, like, and then now Spider-Man, and I thought they were really gonna go in on Spider-Man. You guys got to remember, I'm a bigger Spider-Man fan than I am an Xbox fan, or I am a hater of any other console. So when it came down to it, you guys, you can go into past BGSTs, you can go into past Crossfires, and hear how hyped I was for this game. And it just didn't turn out to be exactly what that hype level was. So when I'm done having fun with this game, I mean, there's really nothing else for me on the platform as far as I can see, man.
I think maybe
he's entitled to his opinion. I mean, for anybody else that I know, I talked to or associated with, they sold their Xboxes for whatever reasons, and you should respect it for whatever it is.
Hold on one second.
I'm not going to get rid of it, but you know.
McNeil, Chris J said Tomb Raider is whack. Try Uncharted.
I have tried Uncharted, and I still like Tomb Raider better.
Well, here's a question. Now,
and if there wasn't Tomb Raider, there wouldn't be Uncharted.
Yeah,
but Uncharted was being made.
If there wasn't Uncharted, there wouldn't be Tomb Raider like it is now.
Well, fair's a fair, but I'm just saying when Uncharted was being made, it wasn't a codenamed Dude Raider or some shit.
Yes,
yeah, so like, who gives a fuck? Like,
hold on, Emerald 14. I gotta come back to
this. All these spoilers. Spider-Man.
Wait, hold on. He said Emerald 14 said, but if PS4 doesn't have any game, then what the hell does the Xbox have?
It must be. He must be have a better time on his Xbox, just like a lot of other Xbox gamers feel that.
Yeah, dude, I got over 150 games to play on Game Pass. I got my Halo 5. I got my Destiny 2. Which, yes, it is a multi-plat. People, I do know that because people out there, when K Mega was talking about his games, they're like, "Oh, he's talking about all multi-plats." Multi-plats are still games too, but when it comes down to it, I have more games. I have more fun on my Xbox than I do on the PlayStation.
Facts.
That's what it is.
Okay, no, okay. I now again, I had to question your integrity. First of all, shout out to Von Lamont, Vinny Von. Ron said, I can't take your opinion serious on Spider-Man. If you plan on easy, that game was not hard. Uncharted shits on Tomb Raider graphically.
I'm playing on the middle difficulty, by the way.
Who's playing on easy?
Crap.
Man, nobody. Crap. Did you say you played it on easy?
Yep.
Well, who gives a fuck? That's the way he wanted to play it. What does that matter?
I mean, there's people that played on easy, God of War. I mean, let's be honest here. I'm looking at.
Are you playing a game to enjoy a game?
Dude, hold on.
I played it on the next to the hardest level. I played it on the hardest level.
The wheels have officially fallen off when people bitch about what level difficulty level you played on. Like, get a goddamn life, will you? Because that is just the most ignorant, stupid thing I've ever heard. And
easy though.
Easy, yeah, man. I just put it on the easiest mode. I beat the game in about 12 hours.
Easy crap.
Yeah, fun little game.
Jesus, that's blasphemous.
Crap plays all his games on easy.
I thought that was casual.
I played.
That's just what he does.
Yeah, I played through the games, man. I got to get through them, man. I don't want to sit there and be, caught up playing a game for 40 hours that I can beat in 12. Oh,
hold on. Shout out to Overdone. He says selling your PlayStation 4 is misspelled Xbox One. But here's a question though. But again. You're gonna actually at the Spider-Man. You said you're gonna maybe thinking about hawking your PlayStation 4, right? But like I said, you got games like The Last of Us 2 that's about to come, most likely next year. And like I said,
when you say most likely, that I mean we don't know that yet. And I mean I might spend some time on Spider-Man. I gotta put it out there again. Huh?
There's no way Last of Us 2 is coming out next year.
But why would you say PlayStation 5 though?
What are you talking about?
No, you said there's no way. You said those games are coming out on the PlayStation 5. Or you were just like, I don't know, or you misspoke.
No. I think me and Chris both said the same thing. I think those will come out, with the PlayStation 5. To be really honest with you, unless they do, Last of Us 2 kind of like
the first one.
A dumbed down version, before the end of the generation, and then they're going to come out with another version when the PlayStation 5 comes out.
But it's already been confirmed by Digital Foundry.
Yeah, that was a pro.
Yeah, that was running on I think it is a PlayStation 5 title as well, but I think it's going to be a cross-gen thing.
Yeah, I think all those games are.
It's going to be a cross-gen. It's definitely going to come out on the PS4. Digital Foundry, they did the analysis, and it was running on a PlayStation 4. So,
my only thing is with me having with Xbox having such value when it comes to Game Pass and everything like that, like what would I trade it in for? You know what I'm saying? Because I already most of my games are digital. I get the exclusives day and date with Game Pass, so I don't need to think about like the exclusives like Forza Horizon and next year with Gears and all that good stuff.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Pay the bills. You got some big money on this one, bro.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, that's sick.
But hold on. Shout out to
I don't know what Chris, SEC is.
He said that hold on. You might see Chris Magil something. I just showing.
Yeah, I'll go to it. I'll go to it. He sit there and said Sea of Thieves and 4K got these dudes' head gone. The new DLC is popping and dropping off here pretty soon, man. I cannot wait for my Sea of Thieves.
Wait. Hold on. So we're nitpicking Spider-Man, but you guys don't have the same energy for Sea of Thieves.
What in the world?
What if I nitpicked on Spider-Man? I mean, that's really
what in the world Sea of Thieves has to do with Spider-Man.
Anything about the
Sea of Thieves was dog shit.
We were nitpicking Spider-Man for the animation.
It's ridiculous, man.
I don't care about what I didn't care about the people talking about the puddles. You didn't hear me say anything about that.
I'm not talking to you or crap. I'm talking about Xbox here.
he's got the game and he's got a right to say
but you were nitpicking the animation and shit. Where's the Sea of Thieves?
Breathe, man.
Right. Well, he didn't say anything about Sea of Thieves. I said something about Sea of Thieves. He don't even play Sea of Thieves. Me and Crap play Sea of Thieves.
Wait, you don't play Sea of Thieves?
Played a little bit, not like
I haven't played Sea of Thieves in like at least over a month, man.
Do you like Sea of Thieves?
I want to see more of a complete game.
All right,
I'm not even going to bother you.
Never mind. Pay the bills right quick, though. You got to go.
I'm not even bother you.
Go ahead, Z.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. It says Sony. Well, SM is now. SM. Well, I don't know what this stands for. Is
Spider-Man.
Some Spider-Man. Okay, is now hostage of the Xbox cult and bending over a cash register at a Microsoft store. Xbot has a lube.
Oh my god.
But
Xbox.
Xbox. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm sorry. Xbox has lube up his butt with 100 magnifying glass, looking for glitches and bugs, while foundation of mountains is built upon glitches and bugs.
Dude, hold on.
Wow,
First
this dude
off,
paid
I didn't even talk about the
$209 to
glitches.
say that shit?
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
did.
even talk about
Yes, you
glitches,
did.
man.
Okay,
I said something about the fluidity and how it's really not that fluid.
No, you were saying it
animation
takes you
and
the
stuff.
immersion of the game when people are talking to you with their backs turned and shit.
Oh yeah, well guess what? There's two people sitting at a table where there was no table, but they had their arms down and everything
is that
like
not a
that.
glitch?
That is a glitch, and I didn't even talk about
you
it.
were not talking about that?
There was at least 3 glitches in my live stream the first day I got it. And I was just like, yo, if you watch my live stream, I was like, yo, there's a glitch right there. I can't believe it. But it's not really taken away from the game right now. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, over this console war, I am a big Spider-Man fan. And I thought that this